Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and today we're doing the sign of fire. I have yet to do the love signs for fire and air, but I'll get to them. First card I've got is the Queen of Staves. Now, this is you coming up in your own reading. Queen of Wands. You could be male or female. Gender's not specific, it's fluid. And it talks about you come across as a truly amazing, gifted person. You're good at marketing. You can plan up a marketing plan for a business. You're the boss of your business. Maybe you worked in marketing or you did events management. You can throw a party with 30 kids in attendance, volunteer for the local animal shelter, and somehow make it home. It's time to dress up that formal event, so it's important to her spouse. Now, the Lover's Path Tarot is by Chris Walderer. That's who I'm using today. And Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. If you'd like to get those decks, I'm sure you can find them online. I got mine from, Rainbow Runner. It's now online. If you want to get any decks or crystals that I'm using in this reading, I've gotten my crystals from Rainbow Runner in Hamilton. They are now online. You can still get crystals from them. A lot of the crystals I wish I could just touch and pick up and figure out which one I want, because when they had a shop, I could do that. And for me, I'm old school. I like to go touch, smell, feel, sense, because I'm a psychic medium. Which crystal I'm drawn to, I can't do that online. It's not the same. So we've got this person that is a devoted parent. She's graceful, intelligent, and lovely, and yet her most endearing attribute is that she's a true friend. She'll be there for you no matter what, and that's why everyone loves her. On the other hand, she can be a fierce competitor, an independent and strong leader. She likes to have things her way. Chances are very good that you'll agree with her ideas, but if you don't, you may have a challenging time getting her to come around to your point of view. The Queen sits on her throne carefully, contemplating her next step. Her red dress indicates that she is very passionate about her plans, and she will not wait long before taking action. Trusting in your own abilities, showing grace under fire, and maintaining a balance between work and home. Being a good parent and the determination to succeed. Yeah. So I ran a job. The manager for Clarence in Brisbane. We got that place, that Clarence counter was unmanned for 5 years. I had to kick the ground, hit the ground running, so to speak. I've got Aries ascendant and Sagittarius in my chart, so I've got some fire. But I've also got a lot of water, and I have a lot of air. So I'm equally yoked in different areas, and so I can pre-plan, premeditate things that I know I need to have in place to make sure I have a plan A, B, C, D, and E, because I've got Virgo strong in my chart as well. We're very methodical. Anyway, I got there with 5 years worth of no money. I had to bring it up from nothing to something. Lucky we had the signature facials. So I went through the entire client base list that I'd studied real estate. I've got a diploma in real estate, estate and entertainment, and I failed client base. So he failed me 3 times before I got the pass, and then I passed it. But I actually became really good at it because I had to do it 3 times over. This client base that I failed until finally he passed me. They couldn't get anyone else to take the class. He was a real pain in the ass. He should have retired years ago, but anyway, he did that. And so I did really well with client base. So I went through the client base. It was a little box with a key. Back then you could still have a box with a key. These days they don't have that anymore. It's called Privacy Act. And I went through all the old people that used to come here 5 years ago, and I invited them in for a facial. So they would buy, I think, 3 products, and they would get a box of, I think, stuff, like a little box, a free box of goodies that would last them over 6 months. I wouldn't see them for another 6 months. But those 3 items would pay for the facial and the box of goodies. That was my incentive. And we got #1 in the state for the launch of Skin Firming Cream. That was all from marketing, planning, strategizing, and I'm a good salesperson. So that's what we did. And it's talking about you've got those abilities to succeed. So just remember to rely on your ability to sell something. The next card you got is the Desire card. So if you're, in particular, this could be a reading for a Sagittarian. I've got Sagittarius in my chart. The Chariot is all about getting a new car. A new car, a new mode of transport, or how you get through the world. How you physically get through the world. So the Chariot can talk about you steering the boat. And it's also a celestial card, so it has a lot in common with the Virgo card, because the Virgo is the hermit with the lantern that I've got here from my auntie Linda, and she holds the lantern with the light, which is the Aquarius inside, right? So in the darkness there is always hope, and this Aquarius represents hope. Chariot is always about the starry sky as well, because in the Chariot, in the actual original picture of the Chariot, in one of the decks I've got, is a chariot, and he's got a leader's cap, he's got his armour on, he's got a staff, black, and all these stars are out in the sky, which is hope, because in the darkness there is hope, right? So the Chariot is saying there is hope, it's crossing your path, and it is the Chariot, it's determination and skill of steering those two dragonflies on the deck I've got, which is by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. It's a deck, and it's got him steering the chariot with the two dragonflies. One's going left and one's going right. So maybe you've got to choose between going left or right. In the recent past, you've got the Princess of Coins. This is someone around you that was a mother figure. She was younger than you, or maybe just young at heart. A Princess of Coins is a representative of a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. She will always have plenty of food, warm clothes, comforting surroundings. She loves nice food, fine food. She likes nice clothes, and she likes fabrics. She's attracted to things like velvet, satin, luxurious, I'm seeing luxurious interior design. She may be really good at, have interior design skills, but she's never ever gone and done that, but she's good at putting things together to make it warm and welcoming and inviting. So that's what it's talking about. That's someone from your past. It could be even a relative, whether it's a parent or it could be an auntie, but it's someone that was very important to you in the recent past. Then you've got here the Seven of Staves. This to me is on guard. It says Seven of Staves for me is representing of a full moon, which we're about to come into, and it's 7 days ago you were on guard and you may have been fighting with someone or just arguing about different things. It's on guard. It's defensive nature. You are defending your property or your turf. Then the next card I've got is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups to me represents you're looking at all the things you've got, and you're looking at moving to a different place, a different state, and you're packing up all your things before you go. It represents between now and midnight that you're contemplating on moving. The Cups is 8 months' time you're looking at moving somewhere else. And it's, just taking it a swing at a different place, being where you might want to decide to move to a different state, city, or country. For some people it's a relocation or a job change. A turning point, a realising there's more to life than meets the eye. You've made the choice on your own, it hasn't been pushed upon you, it may seem challenging, or it may seem like a wonderful relief, perhaps even an adventure. You can take small daily steps until the changes you desire are in place, or you can make a move much more quickly. The most important thing is that you evaluate your situation honestly and openly, and then move towards your happiness. Don't worry, you're ready. A relocation or job change, spiritual growth. Then you've got the Three of Coins. So 3 years' time, the coins represent years. In 3 years' time, Pentacles, it can mean to do with 3 different jobs or different job changes you may make. We're not like back in the 50s where you stayed in one job your whole life and then got a watch at the end of it. This is not the world we live in anymore, as I told my son recently. You go through several different job changes because we're studying all the time, aren't we? We're either studying or working or studying. So we're always constantly trying to improve ourselves financially and grow and learn. We're here to learn. We're born to learn. Being compensated for your talents, attaining mastery, being a team player, or finding or being a mentor. You have many untapped talents and a range of amazing skills. By expressing those gifts outwardly, you'll grow personally and reap great financial rewards. Your creativity should be allowed to soar to new heights. Only work with people who share your excitement and enjoy creative collaboration. Follow your passion when it comes to what you do professionally. If your heart is in your career, then it will shine like a beacon through your work. You can make a successful living through your creativity. So you may decide to work from home. You might decide to do a tarot card reading business like I am trying to get off the ground. You're drawn to what brings you joy for a reason, and in turn, that will lead to abundance. The crystal calla lilies were commissioned. He will be rewarded when his work is finished. Attaining mastery, being a team player, finding or being a mentor. You could be a mentor for someone else online. I watch other readers and I get ideas and inspiration from them and how they look at things differently to me, or how I look at things differently to them. Then you've got the Seven of Coins. This is to do with planting the seeds in the ground. You cannot pick the fruit from the tree before it's been planted. So someone, or either you or someone around you, is planting the seeds of your next career path, whether it's through suggestion or saying that you're really good at, you have a good knowledge of like cars. I've been around cars since I was a little girl. My dad's a motor mechanic, and then he went into real estate, and I followed suit, and I did real estate, but didn't actually do real estate. I had two young kids. I couldn't do the time that it required, which is to stay back late. But never ever looked at doing motor mechanics. We need a motor mechanic. It costs a fortune to get a car fixed. My son recently had a car accident, and I thought to myself, if only I had the skills of being a mechanic, then I wouldn't have to get, ripped off. Like, it's like weddings. As soon as you scream wedding, add another 10 grand onto what you've been quoted. It's the same as a car. So I thought to myself, if I could just maybe go do an apprenticeship and learn a skill, and then, because I can put beds together, I'm a single mum, I had to teach myself from a stupid how to put things together, which is actually written in Asia. I couldn't even read the instructions. I just figured it out by the pictures. I'm good at visualization. So it's saying here that you're planting the seeds of, someone's planted the seeds of your next course, and maybe you're thinking and wondering, where should I next dip my toe in, and do I really want to commit? Because I don't want to commit to something that I'm not passionate about. A foreseeable increase in income, time for a little rest, worrying for no reason. Best treasures in life often take a while to mature. Don't stop believing, as you said, you can't pick the fruit from the vine before you planted the seeds. You will soon have a harvest, and your goals will come to fruition. Now is the time to ponder your progress so far. A young farmer fairy waits patiently for his crops to mature. In the meantime, he contemplates how to occupy his time until the harvest. So maybe you're trying to find ways to keep busy and work on your next goal. Then you've got daydreaming. So maybe you guys are trying to focus on 7 things at once. You may be trying to focus on your money, your career, your home life, if you're in a leadership role, if you're trying to get a degree, whether, planning your funeral because you might be sick, I don't know, but you're looking at all the things that you've got around you, and that's causing a lot of disharmony because there's a lot of family members fighting amongst themselves about what to do for you in your best interest. There's the Ten of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Cups in reverse is not a good thing. So that's saying in 10 years' time, these arguments will be long forgotten because you won't be around. But the Ten of Cups reversed is disharmony in the family unit. Lots of infights and petty squabbling and arguments is what I get. And you're watching it unfold and you're kind of going, oh my God, how are they going to survive when I've gone? Because maybe you're the peacemaker and these people are all hot-headed. Maybe you have children that are hot-headed. Then they all squabble. A happy marriage, people you can trust, that's normally how it is. A happy family is what it normally means. But because it's reversed, I'll look it up in a different book. It can represent dissatisfaction, why everything looks perfect on the surface, and inability to experience joy. 5 of arrows is 5 of swords. That's arguments. That's Aquarius energy. You may have an Aquarian around you that's very feisty, who won't take no for an answer, who will keep pushing against you, back at you, at every time you try to control them, they'll push you away because they are an Aquarian. Aquarians are very, very feisty when they know they're right and they're logical, and this person's very intelligent. Oh, and they could be psychics. So if you're a psychic medium and you've got this extreme intelligence, good luck trying to convince an Aquarian to do what you want to do, because they're not going to follow that. They're going to follow the beat to a drum that you can't even hear because you can't even understand what they do. 5 of arrows. And that's, fighting. 5 people fighting over family issues, family matters. And it's beyond your control. It is now beyond your control, and they're not going to get in line. They're not going to follow suit. They're going to do their own thing. That's an Aquarian. Wow. Okay, so the next cards I'll pull is for... Where did I put them? Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. Yep. Fiery. I've got fire. I've got Sagittarius. I've got a little bit of Leo, and I've got Aries rising. That's my fire. Very determined. And then I've got Aquarius and then Gemini. Very quick to come up with solutions and plans and thinking outside the box, which is really good to do when you have that ability, because you intuitively be told what your next move is. Wow. around, yeah, this sounds a very familiar story. Yang, you might be using a lot of your male energy and you're not tapping into your yin energy, which is, yeah, we've all got male and masculine and feminine qualities in our chart. It's what we choose to listen to. You know, some days I can come across very feminine. Most of the time I come across quite male because I'm Aquarian, we're androgynous. We don't necessarily look very feminine. We don't want to be taken for an idiot. So we've got boy brains. I've always believed Aquarians have boy brains. Round and round is 25. Yeah, this spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backwards, the truth is that you are standing at a higher level, looking down into your circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up in the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints and can access the wisdom and lessons learned. Are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar. Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar, but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You are drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine as you get to do things again, only differently this time. For you learn something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now and you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. Yep, and Yang, 1. This is the masculine energy. This to me is like Aries energy. 1 is representative of Aries. Yep, masculine, principle of movement, power to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents action, energies that propel the world forward, and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act. We can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life, and it is a sure sign that obstacles have come overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. Circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust and you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement towards your highest good, so go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now's the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. Projects, partnerships, and all matters relating to your business are out of the obstacle phase and onto the make it happen phase. Now's the time to stake your claim, get things done. While you could expect to be busier than usual, this card tells you that you have all the energy and vitality you need to accomplish your goals. Abundance is waiting for you to claim it. That's a good reading. Yes, you've got upsets and arguments, but what family doesn't argue? It's Christmas time. This is what they do. You know, we're all fighting over certain things because they all have their own perspective. Because they're looking at it with their perspective, not with yours. Maybe they're working too hard. They're overwhelmed and they can't focus on a point, like from the forest, from the trees, because they're going too quickly. They're not thinking. They're thinking on impulse, on emotional impulse. Which, when you're emotional, you make wrong decisions because you haven't thought through it logically. This is what I keep saying to my son. You know, you've got to look at this logically. You can't just make a rash decision because you don't have all the cards in place yet. You don't have all the information. Until you have all the information, do you make a right choice? If you act on impulse, I've done this myself, and I've cut my foot off to cut my nose off to spite my face because I didn't look at the whole picture. I just reacted. Reaction is what people want you to do. But if you don't react, it's like they think you're going to react. That's when you're going to upset them. Because all of a sudden they can't make you jump or do things that they want you to do anymore because you're not going to react. You're just going to ignore. Ignorance is bliss. I too believe that. I think the less you react, the more logical you can be because you can think things through. I'm not going to jump anymore for anyone. Okay. I'll move at my pace, not at yours. And that's how you should move. That's all I have for you today for fire.